Andy, did you hear that? Come on, will you?
Did I hear what, Amos?
That whistle. That's the Rinso White whistle.
And Rinso means us.
That's right. Rinso gets clothes Rinso White, and Rinso presents the Amos and Andy Show. A solid half hour of entertainment with Shorty the Barber, Hattie McDaniel as Sadie Simpson, and listen closely to those Delta Rhythm Boys. Now, the makers of Rinso invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the story of Amos and Andy. For the past few weeks, the Kingfish has been acting very irritable and jumpy, and it's finally getting on his wife's nerves, and she is definitely showing the strain. She has just put breakfast on the table, and we find the Kingfish in his irritable mood.
Look here, Sapphire. You called that coffee.
What's the matter with it this time?
Well, I done told you that you can't use them same coffee grounds more than 10 days. And look at that toast.
All right. So it's a little too brown this morning.
A little too brown.
Well, George, put some butter on it. That's all you got to do.
The only thing that'll help that toast is unguentine. Trouble is, you done give that bread a third-degree burn. That's what you done.
George, I can't stand much more. I'm telling you. You're irritable all the time.
Yeah, well, fix the toast right.
Well, I put it in an electric toaster. That's the way I always toast it.
Yeah, well, toast it then. Don't electrocute it. Look at those soft-boiled eggs here.
What's wrong with the soft-boiled eggs?
Nothing except they're hard-boiled.
They ain't.
They is. When the yolk of an egg drops on my necktie and bounces off, it ain't soft.
George, I'm going to tell you something. You is so irritable that you're about to give me a nervous breakdown. And you better do something about yourself.
Well, now, get a grip on yourself, honey. Don't have no nervous breakdown. I'll get on out the house. Now, pull yourself together. Don't let it upset you just because you can't cook.
George!
I'm going.
You know, Amos, the Kingfish has sure been nervous and jumpy lately. He ain't been acting himself.
Yeah, and I've been noticing that, too. He is irritated all the time, just always irritated.
Oh, sure. Why, only yesterday, the Kingfish come in here and made some nasty cracks about me. But I wasn't scared of him. I put up my dukes, and he put up his, and we really started going at each other. He swung a left, I give him the 1-2, and boy, we was really swinging in there.
You really mean you hit each other?
Well, no, we didn't go that far.
Well, I know that he's all on edge, because, don't say nothing about this, but his wife called up my wife and told about it.
Yeah, well.
Hello there, Kingfish.
Hi there, nice day.
Every time I walk into my office, somebody's here. Andy, get away from that desk. How you know I don't want to use it?
It's enough room up there for your feet, too.
Don't holler at me, Andy. Say, Kingfish, I noticed that you was kind of nervous and jumpy lately. I know a doctor. Here's his card right here. I'll leave it with you. Maybe you ought to go see him, Kingfish. He's what they call a neurologist.
Oh, yeah, one of them doctors that tells you a fortune by numbers, huh?
No. You think about a numerologist. This is a neurologist, a nerve doctor. I'll leave his card. Well, I ain't interested. You know, it's not so much yourself, Kingfish, but if you get your wife upset, she's liable to have a nervous breakdown, and then you're really in trouble. Amos, if you don't keep your nose out of my business, I'll go invite you over to my house for breakfast some morning. Well, if that's the way you feel about it, I'll see you later. So long, fella.
So long, Amos. You know, Kingfish, I can't understand what's making you so nervous.
Well, I know what it is. It's the world we're living in.
Well, everything is so crowded now, there ain't no other place to move to, is it?
Oh, that ain't it.
It ain't. Well, anyway, I know why you was so upset about conditions in the world today. I don't know what's the matter with you. Think it's going to be better than ever. Think of all the nice things you can get.
Like what?
Well, for one thing, in 1948, you're going to be able to get a brand new 1946 automobile.
No, and that ain't the cause of my trouble. What's been bothering me is the stuff I've been reading about.
Yeah?
What's been going on in the world. For instance, all the turmoil they got in Europe.
Turmoil in Europe? Say, just what is a turmoil, Kingfish?
Well, turmoil is, Well, you done see pictures of them wrecked houses that's been bombed in Europe, ain't you?
Yeah?
Well, the bombs knocked off the top part, but the turmoils ate up the lower half.
Yeah, I guess it's pretty bad over there, all right.
Yeah, and just take a look at the whole foreign situation there. Look what the paper say about Russia.
What about Russia?
Well, they're having trouble with that little country of Irium. Irium has done cut through Greece and marched in on Russia. Turkey got so mad that Russia's getting ready to take it up with the OPA. Now, you know it.
No fooling. I didn't know things was getting that bad.
Yeah, and on top of that, look at the atom bomb. Yeah, they is loaded with that 235 stuff, you know.
Yeah, what is that 235 stuff?
Boy, you don't read nothing, do you? 235 stands for the stuff that makes the atom bomb. Uranium. They're a really powerful thing.
Oh, yeah, you're right, because I had a gal that popped me on the head with a pot of geraniums once. They're powerful.
Yeah, he talked about me being nervous. The atom bomb was enough to give me the jitters right there.
Well, we ain't got to worry about Adam's bomb no more. I hear they're going to take it out and dump it in the ocean. Good riddance, too, I calls it.
Well, even if they do dump it in the ocean, we still got the radar to worry about, ain't we?
Radar? What is that radar stuff I hear so much about? What is that?
Oh, that is the most wonderful thing that's ever been invented.
Yeah?
Yeah, when you got that, you can tell when a plane is coming in.
Well, that don't sound so great. You can call up the airport and find out the same thing.
Andy, let me tell you, radar is the greatest invention since ever Sharp Company invented the quick-drying penicillin. You don't know nothing.
Who invented that radar? Benjamin Franklin?
Listen at you, ignorant again. No wonder I was irritated. Benjamin Franklin is so busy with the Saturday Evening Post and flying kites, he ain't got nothing.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the kites, that's right. Benjamin Franklin was the one that invented the steamboat, huh?
That was Fulton. Fulton Lewis Jr.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is right, yeah.
You know, Anna, if I talk to you much longer, I'll go crazy.
Listen, Kingfish, take it easy, will you? You is more irrigated than you was when you first come in here. Calm yourself.
Oh, please stop hollering at me, will you, and tell me what to do?
Look here, Kingfish. Look, that card that Amos left here. That zoologist. You ought to go see him.
Listen. Yeah, I guess you're right. I don't want my wife to explode on me. I got to keep her from having a nervous breakdown. I think I might go over and see that doctor now. You think I ought to do it?
Oh, sure. Get a ray of sunshine in your life.
Must I go over there or must I not? Let me think. What must I do?
Grab your coat and get your hat. Leave your worry on the doorstep. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. Can't you hear the pitter-pat, and that happy tune is your step? Life can be so sweet on the sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade with those blues on parade, but I'm not afraid. This rover crossed over. If I never have a cent, I'll be rich as Rockefeller. Gold dust at my feet on the sunny side of the street. Just direct your feet to the side of the street. I reiterate, it's really great to travel on the sunny side, 'cause I used to walk in the shade with the blues on parade. But I'm not afraid. You heard what I say. I'm glad I crossed over. I'm living in clover. If I never have a cent, I'll be rich as Rockefeller. Gold dust at my feet on the sunny side of the street.
1 is wonderful, but 2 is just about perfect, especially when you're talking about adorable little girls like the Lolly twins, Joanne and Janet, aged 8, who appear on the Rinso ads this month. But twins can make a lot of work around the house, too. As Mrs. John Lolly, their mother, wrote us from the Bronx, New York.
With active twins, my wash is plenty big, as you can imagine. However, I have Rinso's twin advantages on my side to make things easier for me. Yes, when I use Rinso, I know I can get a Rinso whitewash and a Rinso bright wash without breaking my neck to do it.
You see, ladies, with Rinso's soapy rich suds on the job, you don't have to scrub or boil clothes. Just let them soak clean. As little as a 10-minute does the job because Rinso gets out stubborn dirt fast. Then a few quick finger rubs and they're ready to rinse. Remember Rinso's twin advantages. A Rinso whitewash.
With ease.
A Rinso bright wash.
With safety.
Mr. Stevens, I've given you a pretty thorough examination.
Yes, Doctor. What do you find out after looking over there?
I'm convinced that the only thing that will cure you is occupational therapy.
Well, give me a bottle of it. I'll try it. Yeah.
Occupational therapy, Mr. Stevens, is a method of treatment whereby a patient cures himself by working.
Well, I was cured of that years ago.
No. Occupational therapy, Mr. Stevens, is a hobby, something that would give you a lot of pleasure during the day, something that you would enjoy.
How about sleeping?
No, I mean a hobby such as painting or drawing or stamp collecting.
Yeah, can I sit down and do that stuff? Well, I tell you what, let me go back and figure out something that I get busy with.
Mr. Stevens, this is important because if you're irritating your wife, you may cause her to have a complete nervous breakdown, and she'll be confined to her bed for a complete rest. No. She'll be helpless.
Yeah, well, I don't want that to happen. Somebody got to support the family. So when, like I said, the doctor told me that I ought to take up occupational therapy. That to you is a hobby, my boy. I explained that.
Yeah, well, them is good, all right. I agree.
You see, there's all kind of hobbies, like wood burning, painting, gardening, photography.
Yeah, how about that photography for a hobby?
Well, now, the trouble is there, you can't get the camera and the supplies and all the developing stuff, you know. There's a bottleneck to stop that hobby, you see. You can't get it.
Yeah, I guess that bottleneck do stop you, all right.
Yeah.
How about that gardening?
Yeah, and believe that's it, working in the good earth, the warm, rich soil trickling through my fingers. Yeah, making the land give life, that's it. I'll raise vegetables for a hobby.
You know you're going to have to bend over and do a lot of digging.
Yeah, but leave that hobby to the farmers, I guess.
Yeah, you don't want to take up no hobby that's going to cramp you up, boy.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, though, and I got to ease my nerves with a hobby because I don't want to give my wife a nervous breakdown. You see, I'm trying to get my family happy.
Yeah, well, wait a minute. I was just thinking about a hobby here.
What's that?
How about making them little sailboats that you put inside a bottle?
Say, that is one. Oh, that sounds interesting. I see those sailboats in the bottles. But how do you get the sailboat inside the bottle?
Well, that's easy. First, you build a sailboat with all the sails and the mast sticking up in the air, and then all you got to do is take the bottle, and then you take what you do, you take the, there's that bottleneck again.
Yeah. You know, and I was thinking I ought to collect something. Maybe I ought to go in for a nice bug collection.
Bug? Is that easy?
Easy. All I got to do is sit there with a fly swatter and swat out the collection fast as they land on me, that's all.
Yeah, well, come in, Shorty.
Hiya, fellas.
What is you doing popping in here like that and getting me upset and nervous?
Oh, take it easy, Kingfish. Don't pay no attention to him, Shorty. You see, the Kingfish here is very nervous.
Oh, don't be nervous, Kingfish. Why don't you be calm and you? How can you? When I get you, I get like me.
Look here, Shorty, I got to take up a hobby. I was thinking of taking up gardening.
Oh, gardening is a nice hobby. I used to putter around in the garden.
Yeah, you don't do it no more, though, huh, Shorty?
No, you see, one day I was trimming the hedge with a pair of them big iron shears when all of a sudden my neighbor stuck her head through to say, peekaboo.
What happened?
She only got as far as peek.
Oh, no, Shorty. What I'm talking about is having a garden and growing stuff.
Oh, I done that too. I remember all the trouble I went through fixing up the soil.
Yeah, I guess that's a lot of work, all right.
Oh, it sure is. I put in Vigoro, bone meal, vitamins, and all that stuff that makes the things grow. Oh, I was out there working it for days.
Yeah, did you get any results?
Yeah, I grew 2 inches.
Listen, Shorty, has you got any other hobbies that the Kingfish might go into?
Well, there's the thing I'm doing now, woodworking. I got a whole shop set up in my cellar.
Oh, you is, huh?
Oh, yeah, I got a thing I've been working on for 3 weeks. Boy, I got some beautiful wood. I done smoothed it all down. I've been planing and sawing this thing. Boy, it's beautiful. It must be at least 4 feet high.
Yeah, well, it sounds good. What is it, Shorty?
I don't know. I ain't finished it yet.
Oh, Shorty, you ain't helping me none. My nerves is all frayed. Even the frayed part is frayed. That's what it is.
Yeah, I wish I could stay and help you, Kingfish, but I got to get back to the barber shop and talk to that new manicurist I hired yesterday.
Oh, yeah, I noticed that you had a new gal around there.
Oh, yeah, she's a wonderful girl, a lovely dancer, very affectionate, marvelous cook, and beautiful looking.
Yeah, but do she know how to manicure?
That's why I got to get back. I forgot to ask her. So long.
Why has he got to come in here and get me all upset?
Oh, take it easy, Kingfish.
Oh, he made me so mad there. If it wasn't for his size, I'd have thrown him out of here.
Well, I don't think you're going to find nobody smaller than that.
And if you don't keep your big mouth shut, I'm going to have someone come over here and punch you in the nose.
Kingfish, you got to pull yourself together, you
Hey,
know.
wait a minute now. Shorty done give me an idea for a hobby at that. Something I always wanted to do.
What's that?
That woodworking, making furniture.
Oh.
Not only a great hobby, but just think of the stuff I could make for my house.
Yeah, well, do you know how to do it?
Well, I got a hammer. I know how to hammer. Got a saw. I know how to saw. Let me see, what else do I need? I know I need a chisel.
Well, you certainly know how to do that.
I don't feel like talking to nobody. Hello, Sadie. Come in.
Well, what you crying about, Sapphire?
Oh, my husband is so irritable, Sadie. If he says it does one more thing to me, I'll blow up. It's one argument after another.
Well, there's one thing a woman's got to remember when it comes to handling men, Sapphire.
What you mean, Sadie?
Well, when there's babies, you let them wear rompers. When there's little boys, you let them wear play suits. And when they gets a little bigger, you let them wear knickers. But when they grows up and you marry them, never let them wear the pants.
Well, Sadie, wait a minute. I hear him now. Yes, that's him.
Well, hello there, honey. Hi there, Sadie.
Hello, Poison Ivy.
Sapphire, dear, is them tears in your eyes?
It ain't Murine.
George, you got me so upset and nervous lately. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, well, now, don't forget, darling, I've been nervous, too.
But don't you forget, Kingfish, a married woman has got one awful thing to put up with that a husband ain't got.
What's that?
A husband.
Hey, now, wait a minute. You listen, Sadie. You keep your mouth out of this. I was talking to my wife here.
Yeah? Well, I just wish I was married to you for about 5 minutes. I'd show you a thing or two.
Well, you ain't married to me.
Yeah, and it's the nicest thing that ever happened to me.
Well, now, don't listen to her, Sapphire. I got some great news for you. Something that will help you a lot, honey.
What are you going to do, leave town?
Oh, shut up.
What is it, George?
Honey, I went to a great nerve doctor, and he told me that I could cure my nerves. And if I cure mine, then you ain't going to have no reason for a nervous breakdown.
What you going to do, George?
Honey, I'm going to have a big surprise for you. I'm going to take up a hobby.
Really?
Huh, a hobby.
Sadie, what's wrong with a hobby?
Well, I happen to remember a little piece of poetry about a hobby, and I'd like to have you hear it.
Yeah, what is it?
It goes like this. When things get dull with married life, both try to find what's wrong. They stew and fret for what to do and argue all night long. The men think up this hobby stuff to cure their family dissension. The only way to cure it, though, is give your wife more attention.
Remember Mrs. John Lolly, the mother of those cute twins in the Rinso ads this month? Well, these days, Mrs. Lolly has the same problem a great many of you have, getting shirts for her husband. But as she put it in her letter,
Another reason I'm grateful to Rinso is that it keeps our clothes new-looking longer. My husband hasn't been able to find any white shirts, but thanks to Rinso, the old ones are still sparkling, gleaming white. And Rinso keeps my washable colors fresh and bright for ages.
well, that's partly because it takes as little as a 5-minute run in your washer with Rinso to get clothes really clean. A short run like that is bound to be easy on clothes, and that's important to remember these days of scarcities. No wonder women everywhere sing Rinso's famous song.
Rinso white, happy little wash day song. Rinso white, you'll sing it all day long. For clothes sparkling white and colors so bright, with Rinso you can't go wrong. Rinso white, happy little wash day song.
Andy, we was going right into this lumber yard here, 'cause I won't get enough lumber to make a rocking chair.
Yeah, going to start working right in on that woodworking hobby, huh?
Yeah, this sure is a small lumber yard, ain't it? Wonder where the man is that runs the place.
That must be him over there laying on that pile of lumber. Look like he's asleep.
Yeah, wake him up.
Yeah, I'll shake him. Hey. Hey. Wake up.
What's the trouble, Bub?
Tell me this, do you sell lumber here?
Not if the OPA can help it.
Well, tell me this, is you got any lumber?
Oh, yeah, I got a little.
Could I see it and examine the stuff?
Would you mind coming back a little later?
Why?
Because I'm laying on it now.
You is the laziest man I done ever see. Laying there, not even getting up to show your customers what you got to sell.
Oh, I ain't lazy. No, it's just that I'm saving my energy for something I got to do later in the day.
Oh, what's that?
Got to get up and knock off work.
Look here, mister. We come all the way over here, and you got to wait on us.
Yeah, I wants to make a rocking chair. I want some seasoned wood. Is your wood seasoned?
You ever hear of a book called How Green Is My Valley?
Yeah.
Well, my wood come right out of that valley.
Yeah, well, now, ain't you got no seasoned wood at all?
Brother, when you go into a restaurant today and pick up a toothpick, the sap is still running out of it.
Yeah, well, I got to get some wood anyway. Now, the first thing I want is 2 curved pieces for the rockers.
All right. There he is, right there. There's 2 pieces.
Wait a minute. Wait, they is straight.
With this wood we got here, Bud, you just buy it straight. It'll curve on you.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, just give us enough wood to make a rocking chair.
See that little pile right there? There's plenty in that to make a chair. You can have that for 50 cents.
I'll take it.
Yeah, one thing more, mister. Can we get this tied up in a nice, neat bundle?
I don't know why not. You don't have to be sloppy when you're tied up.
All right, here's your 50 cents.
Okay, I'll just turn over here and kind of lean up so you just drop it in my pocket, will you?
You ain't a very smart businessman, mister.
Oh, I do all right. You know, I know how to make chairs, too. I got a wood shop right here where I do all my work. You see that rocker sitting right over there?
Hey, yeah, that's a pip. Say, I'll make a deal with you. I'd like to end up with one just like that. Will you help me?
Sure, bud. For another $50, I'll tell you how to go about having one just like it.
Here's the $50. Now tell me.
Lean over here, bud.
All right.
You listening?
Uh-huh.
Sears Roebuck.
Come in, Kingfish.
Well, Brother Andy, I was a happy man. My nerves is all gone now.
Well, what happened to you?
Well, Andy, I made the rocking chair with my very own hands. A great piece of work. Yeah, I done just what the doctor said. It cured my nerves, and it's going to pull my family back together.
Oh, that's great. Where's the rocking chair?
Well, I took it home to my darling wife this morning. She wasn't there, so I left it there as a little surprise for her. You know, furniture making is the greatest thing that I ever done in my life. Wait a minute. Come in. Why, Dr. Williams. Hello there, Doctor. This is my friend, Andy Brown.
Oh, how do you do?
Hi, Doctor.
Yeah, just telling Miss Brown here what you done for me.
Oh, yes?
Yes, sir. I took up a hobby, and it's going to bring happiness to me.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, sir, and, Doctor, I ain't going to need you no more, Doc.
You think not? Your wife is a patient of mine now.
My wife?
Yes, she's a nervous wreck. Some practical joker gave her a trick rocking chair, and it collapsed under her.
Well, it takes more than a new hairdo or a new hat to be called a modern woman, according to what Mr. Cadell tells me.
Yes, indeed, Amos. For example, how modern are you about dishwashing? Do you waste time using lazy bar soaps that keep your hands in the hot water longer while you struggle to make rich suds? If you do, lady, you'd better join up quickly with that up-to-the-minute group of women who know that Rinso's thick, hard-working suds save them oodles of work every month. Yes, Rinso suds right up, even in hard water, and chases grease and crusted food particles in a jiffy. Even pots and pans are easier to get shiny bright with Rinso on the job. Try Rinso for all your soap and water jobs around the house. Remember, it's anti-sneeze. Only soap of its type that's 98% free of sneezy soap dust.
Thank you, folks, and good night.
Good night, everybody.
Be sure to be with us next Tuesday night at the same time when the makers of Rinso will again present the Amos and Andy Show. A solid half hour of entertainment with Shorty the Barber, Hattie McDaniel as Sadie Simpson, and the Delta Rhythm Boys. And we're also going to welcome back to the Amos and Andy Show, after an absence of 3 months, our good friend and fast-talking lawyer, Gabby Gibson. This is Carlton Cadell speaking for the makers of Rinso and saying good night to all of you from all of us. Yes, ladies, it is a nuisance to render scraps of fat, to skim off the tops of soups, to scrape the bottom of the frying pan for every last drop of waste fat. But it's even more of a nuisance, I'm sure you'll agree, to find that your dealer can't supply you with so many things you've been looking forward to. Soap, for instance, and tires and nylons, to mention just a few of the products that require used fats in their manufacture. So save and turn in every drop. Your grocer will pay you for each pound.
Yes, it's here. New Lifebuoy, the soap we've been wanting to give you for years. New Lifebuoy with exclusive ingredient, vanishing scent, and extra protective lather. Use New Lifebuoy in your daily bath. Remember, Lifebuoy always has been and still is the only soap especially made to stop BO. Be popular. Use New Lifebuoy.
The Amos and Andy Show is broadcast to our armed forces all over the world. This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.